Welcome to our channel United Coaching. Today we will discuss 25 biology questions. The question is, proteins are made up of, is it sugars, amino acid, fatty acid or nucleic acid? So answer is very simple, it is amino acid. Our next question is, which of the following is a large blood vessel that carries blood away from the heart? So is it vein, artery, capillary or nerve? So answer is artery. Arteries begin with the aorta, which is the largest artery leaving the heart. Now veins are the blood vessels that carry blood towards the heart, and capillary is a small blood vessel that from 5 to 10 micrometer in diameter, and nerve is not a blood vessel. Our next question is, which of the following is not a member of vitamin B complex? So is it thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid or ascorbic acid? So answer is ascorbic acid. Now ascorbic acid is vitamin C, and thiamine is vitamin B1, riboflavin is vitamin B2 and folic acid is vitamin B9. Our next question is, photosynthetic roots are present in, is it Pandanus, Cuscuta, maize or Tinospora? So the correct answer is Tinospora. Now Pandanus plant has adventitious or prop roots. Cuscuta is a parasitic plant, it has no roots or leaves, and maize plant has fibrous roots and stilt roots. Now function of this stilt root is to provide mechanical support. Our next question is, Archaebacteria differ from eubacteria in, is it cell membrane structure, mode of nutrition, cell shape or mode of reproduction? So answer is cell membrane structure. In archaeal cell membrane, phenyl isoprene chains are linked to the glycerol, and in bacterial membrane the fatty acids are linked to the glycerol. Our next question is, liver, milk, egg yolk, fish liver oil, etc. are good source of which vitamin or vitamins? So is it vitamin A, B2, D or C? So answer is vitamin A, B2 and D. So these three are present in liver, milk, egg yolk, etc. Now what is missing in these things is vitamin C. Our next question is, Gobind Khorana did research on, is it synthesis of simple DNA, understanding the genetic code, reduction of mutation or synthesis of RNA from bacterial cells? So answer is understanding the genetic code and its function in protein synthesis. He discovered that the order of nucleotides in nucleic acid, which carry the genetic code of the cell, control the synthesis of protein. So answer is B. Our next question is, name the coronavirus that kills humans. So is it AIDS, F-AIDS, SARS or HIV? So answer is SARS. Now SARS is severe acute respiratory syndrome, and it is a viral respiratory illness caused by a coronavirus called SARS associated coronavirus or SARS-CoV. Now how are AIDS and HIV related? HIV, that is human immunodeficiency virus, is a virus that causes an infection called AIDS, which is a short form of acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. And what is F-AIDS? F-AIDS is a feline AIDS caused by FIV, which causes a feline disease that is similar to AIDS in human, and it is highly specific. It is highly species specific virus that infects only felines, that is cats. Our next question is, name the acid that is secreted in the stomach. Is it HCl, H2SO4, H2CO3 or HNO3? So answer we know, that is HCl. Now HCl, that is hydrochloric acid or gastric acid, is produced by the parietal cells in stomach and has the job of breaking down proteins. Our next question is, in which part of the body digestion of protein starts? So is it mouth, stomach, duodenum or intestine? So answer is stomach. Chemical digestion of protein begins in stomach and ends in small intestine. Now regarding the option mouth, carbohydrate digestion takes place in mouth. In the mouth, when the food mixes with saliva, an enzyme called amylase begins the breakdown of carbohydrates. And regarding the duodenum and intestine, the whole intestine is divided into small intestine, large intestine and rectum. Most absorption of nutrients and water happens in the intestines. Now protein digestion starts in the stomach and continues in the small intestine. Small intestine is further divided into duodenum, jejunum and ileum. The duodenum is where the chemical digestion takes place. Our next question is, pigment containing membranous extension in some cyanobacteria are, is it nematophores, chromatophores, heterocyst or basal bodies? So answer is chromatophores. A chromatophore is a colored membrane associated vesicle that is used to perform photosynthesis in bacteria. They contain different colored pigments. Nematophores are the gas filled floating structures in some coelentrates. Heterocyst is a differentiated cyanobacterial cell that carries out nitrogen fixation. And basal bodies are found at the base of cilium or flagellum, and it plays a role in motility or cell cycle of eukaryotes. Our next question is, in bryophytes and pteridophytes, transport of male gametes require, is it birds, water, wind, or insects? So answer is water. In pteridophytes and bryophytes, pollination does not occur. They neither have pollen nor flowers and rely on water to carry the male gametes to the female gamete. The other options like birds, wind, and insects are needed to transfer the pollens in angiosperms, that is flowering plants. So answer is water. Our next question is, in which group of organisms the cell walls form two thin overlapping shells which fit together? So is it dinoflagellates, slime molds, chrysophytes or chrysophytes or euglenoids? So answer is dinoflagellates. Now in dinoflagellates, the armored dinoflagellates have two major plate regions with many individual plates. The edges of the plate overlap and slides apart as the cell increases in size, thus allows the cell to expand. Now slime molds, they are surrounded by the plasma membrane only. Vegetative phase lacks cell wall, only spores have the cellulose cell walls. In chrysophytes or chrysophytes, cells are naked or in many cases surrounded by a cell wall with silica scales. And euglenoids lack cell wall. So answer is dinoflagellates. Our next question is, Methanogens belongs to, is it eubacteria, Archaebacteria, dinoflagellates or slime molds? So answer is Archaebacteria. Our next question is, zygotic meiosis is a characteristic of, is it Pinus, Funaria, Chlamydomonas or Mertensia? So answer is Chlamydomonas. Now there are three types of life cycle, that is zygotic meiosis, gametic meiosis and sporic meiosis. In zygotic meiosis, the zygote undergoes meiosis, so the only cell that is diploid is a zygote. All the other cells in the organism are haploid. So zygotic meiosis is a characteristic of green algae. So Chlamydomonas is a genus of unicellular green algae, that is Chlorophyta. Pinus is a gymnosperm which has a sporophytic life cycle, that is diploid multicellular. Funaria is a bryophyte in which sporic meiosis occurs, which gives rise to spore but not a gamete. And Mertensia is a bryophyte and shows alternation of generation. So answer is Chlamydomonas. Our next question is, life cycles of Ectocarpus and Fucus are, is it diplontic, haplodiplontic, haplodiplontic, diplontic, haplodiplontic and haplontic, or haplontic and diplontic? So answer is haplodiplontic and diplontic. Ectocarpus and Fucus are algae. Ectocarpus has haplodiplontic life cycle and Fucus has diplontic life cycle. Our next question is, black rust of wheat is caused by, is it Alternaria solani, Ustilago nuda or Puccinia graminis or Xanthomonas oryzae? So answer is Puccinia graminis. Now Alternaria solani causes a disease in tomato and potato plant called early blight. Ustilago nuda causes loose smut of barley, and Xanthomonas oryzae causes a rice disease such as bacterial leaf streak. Our next question is, one of the major components of cell wall of most fungi is it cellulose, hemicellulose, chitin or peptidoglycan? So answer is chitin. The major constituents of the fungal cell wall are chitin, glucans and glycoproteins. Now cellulose and hemicellulose is present in almost all terrestrial plant cell walls, and peptidoglycans is present in almost all bacterial cell walls. Our next question is, the imperfect fungi which are decomposers of litter and help in mineral cycling belongs to, is it Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Deuteromycetes or Basidiomycetes? So answer is Deuteromycetes. Now imperfect fungi, also known as Deuteromycota, are fungi which do not fit into the taxonomic classification of fungi. Imperfect fungi are those that do not display a sexual phase. Our next question is, choose the correct answer or answers. So first option is, definition of biological species was given by Ernst Mayr. Photoperiod does not affect reproduction in plants. Binomial nomenclature system was given by R.H. Whittaker. In unicellular organisms, reproduction is synonymous with growth. So correct answers are, first, that is definition of biological species was given by Ernst Mayr, and the last one, in unicellular organisms, reproduction is synonymous with growth. Now photoperiod is relative length of day to night which is required to induce flowering, thus reproduction in plants. So photoperiod does affect reproduction in plants, and binomial nomenclature system was given by Carolus Linnaeus. Our next question is choose the wrong statement. So options are some fungi are edible, nuclear membrane is present in Monera, cell wall is absent in Animalia, protists have photosynthetic and heterotrophic modes of nutrition. So the wrong answer is B. Nuclear membrane is absent in Monera because a true nucleus is not present in Monera. Next question is choose the wrong statement. So options are morels and truffles are poisonous mushrooms. Yeast is unicellular and useful in fermentation. Penicillium is multicellular and produces antibiotics. Neurospora is used in the study of biochemical genetics. So the wrong answer is A. Morels and truffles are edible mushrooms, and both morels and truffles are highly prized fungi. Morels and truffles are the fruits of fungus. Our next question is choose the wrong statement about viroids. So options are they cause infections, their RNA is of high molecular weight, they lack a protein coat, and they are smaller than viruses. So the wrong option is B. Viroids are uncoated infectious RNA molecules which are pathogens of relatively low molecular weight. Our next question is choose the wrong statement. So options are haploid endosperm is a typical feature of gymnosperms. Brown algae have chlorophyll A and C and fucoxanthin. Archegonia are found in bryophyta, pteridophyta and gymnosperms, and mucor has biflagellate zoospores. So the wrong option is the last one, D. Mucor is a fungus which belongs to the class Zygomycetes. The members of Zygomycetes has non-flagellated gametes. Our next question is which of the following is not a correct statement? Options are a museum has a collection of photographs of plants and animals. Key is a taxonomic aid for identification of specimens. Herbarium houses dried, pressed and preserved plant specimens. Botanical gardens have collection of living plants for reference. So the wrong option is A. A museum has a collection of specimens, not photographs of preserved plants and animals.